Not only can we customize the tools we see on screen, we can also customize our overall AutoCAD user experience. We do that by adjusting AutoCAD's user preferences, otherwise known as options. In this lesson, we'll explore the Options dialog box and make a few changes. To access AutoCAD's preferences, I'm going to click to open the application menu, and then I'll come down and click the Options button. This brings up the Options dialog box, where we'll find an extensive collection of user settings. Let me mention that we won't be going through all of these settings. The goal here is to show you how the settings are organized, how to make changes to them, and how to get more information if necessary. This way, after using the program, if you decide you'd like to make some changes, you'll know where you need to go. First of all, notice that the settings are organized into tabs that have task-based names, much like the ribbon. On each tab, you'll find smaller collections of related settings, much like the panels on the ribbon. In fact, you can use the ribbon concept to help you narrow down your search for a specific setting. The Options dialog box makes extensive use of tooltips. This means if you hover over a setting, AutoCAD will provide more information. If you'd like to research a setting even further, click the Help icon in the lower right corner. This will bring up context-sensitive help for all settings on the current tab. If you see a current drawing icon next to a setting, it means the setting is saved in the drawing file. All other settings are applied to AutoCAD itself and will be reflected in all drawings. Let's make some changes. If you look at the right side of my interface, you can see that there are some scroll bars displayed here. These are no longer necessary. There are better ways to adjust our view, so I'd like to turn them off. I'll do that on the Display tab. Within the Window Elements collection, I'm going to remove the check next to Display Scroll Bars in Drawing Window. I will then come down and click Apply, and the scroll bars have been removed. I'd like to make another change. Maybe I've made the determination that all of my work in AutoCAD is going to be in 2D. For that reason, I really don't need to use this view cube, so I'd like to turn it off. Since this is a 3D tool, I'm going to visit the 3D Modeling tab, and then inside the Display Tools in Viewport collection, I'm going to remove the check from 2D Wireframe Visual Style. This will disable the view cube whenever the 2D Wireframe Visual Style is being used, which will be all the time when we're working in 2D. I will then come over and click Apply, and we can see the view cube has been removed. Now I'd like to bring that tool back. I'll do that by restoring the check to this setting, and I'll click Apply one more time. Maybe I'd like to assign a different color as my model space background. To make that change, I'll visit the Display tab, and then inside the Window Elements collection, I'll click the Colors button. From here, I can change the color of virtually any of the AutoCAD interface items. All I have to do is select the appropriate context. 2D Model Space is already selected, which is perfect. I can then come over and select the interface element I'd like to change. Once again, the very first option is perfect, Uniform Background. I can then come over and open the Color menu. I can then use this Color menu to select a new color. Notice that the current model space background has a very specific RGB value, 33, 40, 48. I am simply going to select blue from this menu. When I'm finished, I'll click Apply and Close, and then I'll click OK to close the Options dialog box. Now this obviously isn't the best color choice for model space, so let's put things back the way they were. I'm going to reopen the application menu. I'll come back down and click Options. I will then click the Colors button. Both the context and interface element are correct. If I open the Color menu though, you'll see that that very specific RGB value does not display. Here's where you may wonder, do I have to write these values down? In the event I make changes, how do I remember how to put these back? Fortunately, we don't have to do that. I'm going to click outside this menu so it collapses. That's what these Restore buttons are for. If I use the first Restore button, I can restore the color properties of the selected interface element in this list. Using Restore Current Context, it will restore the color property of all items in this list based on the selected context. Finally, if I click Restore All Contexts, it will restore the color property of every interface item back to the default settings. In this case, since I only changed one thing, and it's already selected, I'll click Restore Current Element. I'll click Apply and Close, and OK. After you've gained some experience using AutoCAD, I would encourage you to come back and spend some time exploring the Options dialog box. With a little experimentation, you can modify your AutoCAD user experience to exactly match the way you like to work.